Hey, everybody, it's your buddy Admiral Teague. I don't know how many people are here or how many made it, but we have the theater pinned in the chat. Looks like we got nobody here. Germ, I don't know. Can you put the word out via X while we waste about 2 minutes to see if anyone shows up? I'm going to also X this one out. Hi, everybody. Episode 9 had events, which is unusual in the last season of Landman. This final season has been just a little bit short of events. What do you think about that one, Jerm?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But not massively short.
We sure as hell make up for it tonight.
We have a bunch of events. They are all sort of backloaded into this episode, but I would say the episode has a good, within this episode, pacing is better. Pacing has been reestablished. We no longer have to be freaked out by how terrible the pacing is. In the last 2 episodes, the last one not as much as the one before, but we're coming off 2 or 3 really chopped up episodes. It seems like what happened was the people who criticized the show must have been from the left politically, because we have taken now, 3 swipes at The View and 2 swipes at ABC in general?
Yeah, that seems to be the count.
And we're not letting up on that one. I thought that was pretty funny. And then hey, look who it is. Krimlon, welcome to the watch party.
Hey, Krimlon.
We're live, so don't be yourself yet. Krimlon will be online in a moment. We had what I thought was this episode well-paced after a couple of questionably paced ones. I wouldn't go as far as to say badly paced. I see their looks. Let's see if there's anyone in the theater.
Well, we have a couple.
Hi, everybody. Oh, Jerp, I have a request. If I'm around on Wednesday, and by the way, you're invited to the Star Trek Academy watch party on Friday, both of you guys. It's going to be groovy. Although I think it drops Thursday morning, so there's a shot we do it on Thursday. The Thursday show might just be the Star Trek Academy reaction, where I would imagine we're going to be dying laughing. I liked this episode of Landman. Let's start it in just a couple of seconds. I'm going to re-rack this, as we say in the world of video. You guys, the link is in the regular chat. Let me grab it again, put it in the private chat for my guests. This is me sharing copyrighted material. I swear I have become so much worse at using StreamYards every month since I've been using it, because StreamYards itself has just become worse and worse.
Yeah, funny that they get better and better market share. They keep downgrading the product.
And adding more and more features that are absolutely useless. It's like overwhelming you with information about features that you don't want to use. All right, guys. So hop in that theater. Hey, buddy. Seems to have a tendency to put some scenes that hook you into the story in between a bunch of filler and things that detract from the end point. This episode or the season? I think it might be talking about the season. This episode, it did take until the end, but I thought it remained interesting. We're gonna put it on in 3, 2, 1, and action. And there's our Paramount logo.
Let's do this.
The season, says Buddy. This episode is internally fine. What's weird about this one is, I'll have to check, but did Rebecca's hair get longer?
Not really.
Her style didn't change, but her hair looks longer. And his Wolverine haircut is a little less extreme than it was when we first met him.
It looks like her hair is a little bit darker, like the dye job starting to fade out.
Or she cut it and lightened it for like a modeling or other job or a role. I think she's the GoPuff girl in the X ads. You know what I'm talking about. You've doom scrolled. By the way, I want to take my hat off this episode for actually having some good incidental music for a change. How appropriate is it they're going to do this on the golf course where Monty like kind of had his last few gasps? The last time we were here was when all the old guys were telling Monty that he was moving like an old lady.
Now, what was this for again?
This is their is their shallow water horizon rig.
Oh, okay.
It actually looks like some problems happened on the Disneyland paddle wheel boat, and it had to be towed by a tug. Although I understand that's gone forever, right? The Tom Sawyer riverboat. I agree, buddy. I think they had to remove a story from the middle of this one. There's a MacGuffin, including an envelope addressed to Ainsley we never dealt with. I guess this is Nathan proving his worth.
Yeah.
At least it was this.
And
They had to show this.
Cause more chaos.
Yeah.
It's not like she hasn't gone to cheerleader camp before.
My feeling here is that this might be either a new episode, a new ending filmed in time, a replacement episode, or they never filmed the end of this and they waited for reactions. This feels like it had all the damage control from the episode 2 disaster that really destroyed engagement. Episodes 1 and 2 of this show have 10,000 views on my channel. Episodes 3 through 8 have like 200 views.
No good callback to an earlier episode. He has the shirt from that cafe.
I noticed that.
Your days are all the same. No
Good
kidding.
catch. They finally had to get him a t-shirt with some style.
I just laugh because it's no different than working a corporate job. Days are all the same. Some nice looking chairs.
They are. This is like the reverse of Cats in the Cradle, right? My dad was just like me, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have made him go in there and get that out of the pool also. Even if it is his own pool, that's kind of disrespectful.
It's just disgusting.
That too. Well, his dad is, doing whatever in there and you're throwing it in the pool. It's like, damn, dude.
Like, why not pee in there too?
Uh-oh, she's pissed. Yep. You didn't acknowledge me when I said our baby's leaving. You don't care.
I swear to God, I feel like she's going to tell him she's pregnant.
You don't care about our daughter leaving. You don't care about me. Then start throwing stuff against the wall. I can already see it.
We've worked this out. Like once she starts doing that, he's happier than he's ever been in his life, and he's like, "Let's talk."
I swear she's got to be partially Hispanic herself. Yep.
Ali Larder.
Just her character here.
She's a pretty good actress. She's always played unstable nut jobs.
Sounds like my mother.
Yeah, my mom says it with a New York accent, but yeah. Hell steak.
Skip.
This was the earliest that we ever got the credits.
Not used to seeing him in a nice place. Looks like he's about to rob it.
He like had the nicest hotel room too. I think the deal is he commands like $250,000 a year as opposed to like $120,000 a year like the other guys. Maybe like $500,000 a year. You would have to give him that kind of money to live the way they make him live.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, she's a woman after all.
Yeah, this I think is part of the damage control. I feel like some of these scenes were filmed like after episode 2's really bad reception. They may not have had a total idea about episode 10 when they launched the first 4 or 5. Ever since they got really flamed in the press, they have been tacking away from the bitchy women thing. Which sucks because it was funny, but I think maybe the old folks home was just too crass too many times in a row. They went like twice in 2 episodes. And after episode 2, there's no engagement really on these streams or less. This episode was the best one in a while, though.
I think this was originally put in, but it wasn't meant for the first part of the episode. This was maybe right before we get to the Tommy part and then the Cooper part. Or right in between.
Taylor Sheridan's been down this road and made a few mistakes a couple of times already, so highly likely you're right.
Love anonymous snake in here. Demi Moore or Ali Larder. I'm sorry, but at this point in her life, it's going to be Ali Larder.
Ali Larder's like 14 years younger, but whatever your thing is, man. I'm not here to tell people who to like.
Maybe when she was younger, Demi Moore.
Demi Moore,
yeah, 30 years ago,
the most
Demi
beautiful
Moore.
women of all time. Even as little as 20 years ago, even as little as 10, at 53, she still looked fantastic. It's only now. I mean, she did do a lot of surgery pretty early, if you think about it. But now, and I don't think Cammy is 63. I think Cammy is the same age as Monty. This guy's like the less annoying Caucasoidal Pedro Pascal. He looks a little like him if Pedro hadn't been like hit so many of the branches on the ugly tree on his way down.
Yeah. Apparently we're shallow.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, but buddy, it's amazing any of this ever works out.
I like what I like.
For a show that's mostly been filler for like 4 episodes, it was still mostly interesting around the filler. They gave you something to watch for, but this story froze about episode 3. We've moved forward so slowly. It also coincides with the renewal, so who knows?
I think that's more of a coincidence.
You might be right, because this is now in 1883. Although the show was great, the pacing was not great. They got saved by the fact they ran out of season before the lack of pacing could be a problem and would have held them accountable. They just did a quick montage, like, now we're 1,000 miles north. 1923, season 2, the middle of it just lost its way completely. Yet was still pretty interesting. It's hard to explain. Taylor Sheridan will lean back and let these horrible people he's created just be themselves for a couple of episodes, and the story doesn't go anywhere, but they're interesting to watch.
Yeah.
That's okay. It gives a more episodic feel.
We're bringing back bad memories from a woman named Alex that I was praying to die earlier on.
Who is the Alex of the show, Ariana?
Ooh. I don't know. Right now, I think it's Demi Moore's character is kind of annoying me.
She does kind of
the
go
tangent
off
she goes on to
reservation.
end this episode has me absolutely flabbergasted and annoyed at her.
She started off so well.
Bitch.
I enjoyed her anger, her spirit, and everything, and
that was some of the better stuff we've seen her do.
And it
as an
came
actress,
it came off more intelligent. Now it's just more of just shallow rage against the machine with no direction.
If there's anything going on, it seems to be that she's sort of obsessed with keeping the company alive, and that vicariously will keep Monty alive, which is crazy, but that's the way that she's thinking about it because she's a little nuts.
Yeah, she's gone crazy.
She also has a little bit of like black gold fever.
I guess I could be seen that way.
She says she's feeling the rush and stuff like that.
Look at her going, her presidential motorcade right here.
I found her security to be fun and amusing, but I agree.
It's sort of tacky driving Lincolns.
They're the ones who paid for the commercials or paid for the episode. His
yeah,
wife
here.
is so hot. Galino's wife is such a fucking piece of ass.
Oh yeah, that is his wife. She is pretty looking.
That's why when people say like, you know, he's looking for him and Demi Moore might be looking for love together, my feeling is just like he's doing pretty well. He would have sex with her just to be a dick, but I don't think he's passing on this chick. Like he seems as likely to move on as Bill Belichick.
Oh God.
Bill Belichick is why men play football. He's everything about American society bound up in one. Wouldn't you agree, Jerm?
He's a great American.
He proves that our system works.
Champion, millionaire, 3 girlfriends under the age of 25.
Be almost 80 years old. A girlfriend that's awesome. Younger than my great-granddaughter.
I don't think he's quite that old, but he's like 74 years old or some shit like that. She's 1/3 his age or something.
Oh, and she's a nut job.
Yeah.
Why would she want corpsey old grandpa who puts his teeth in a fucking glass to be fucking her? Yeah, she's a weirdo. That doesn't mean she can't come by here if they break up.
Reminds me of the movie Big Daddy. Ew, you
Because-
want him in his old balls.
Well, the thing is, if she decides to move on, he knows like 75 hard up for money people as evil as Aaron Hernandez he could send after her. He's stuck for life.
I don't think Aaron Hernandez wants for much right now.
No, but he had a brother.
Maybe to be alive.
Yeah.
Guys, here's a tip. If you ever go on a shooting spree, don't spit your gum into the bullet wounds of your opponents to show off dominance. That's called leaving behind DNA. What a weirdo, huh? He did that like 3 for 3 times or whatever it was.
Still don't understand that. I don't understand how people that are in an industry where they can make as much money as they want to go straight to doing just crazy stuff like that.
He went from beatable to unbeatable drug tests and he couldn't live with it. So he started doing every sort of weird novelty substance and doing them all at once. So it was like speeding out while he was selling it too, but like speeding out while taking undetectable angel dust. You know what I mean?
But he started selling it in college. It just transitioned directly over to NFL, which is just crazy.
Well, when you get into the habit of doing something, doesn't matter if you need to do it. If you just liked it.
And it gave him some power in that locker room.
God, look at the size of that ring.
This segment with Ainsley and her roommate, I had the impression that this was payback for the people who criticized the show for not being woke enough. I feel this is a brand new storyline for Ainsley.
Is she going to have an Inuit?
No, she's going to be the hero of this next segment.
Oh.
She is going to be an idiot, though. She's going to be really fucking stupid, but she's going to be by far the more sympathetic and cooler person. By far.
This is a good chance for those of you who live in normal places to figure out what I live with being in Seattle all the time.
What, women this insane?
It's the entire goddamn county here.
I live right on the border of another state that's pretty much like this.
I live in New York where everyone's really chill.
I wouldn't describe New York as chill, but okay.
Nothing bad ever happens here.
You're right. Nothing. Ever.
It's a pretty boring place.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good 2 decades since anything of note really happened in New York.
Yeah.
She has an emotional moment, and her go-to is to call an upscale clothing store.
Well, rich white.
That was fine with me. I thought that was perfect for this character, but yeah, good point out. Now, Ainsley's going to be the hero here.
No different than what my grandmother used to do.
You know what? She's going to be the reverse of a rich white lady here, though. Not Angela, but Ainsley. Ainsley is going to be based for a couple of minutes. I'm going to shut up and enjoy it again. Like, everything's going perfect. It's kind of nice. She's happy to be there. Look at all the flair. Look at all the spirit. She's happy.
Is it a dude?
It's a they, them. It's a pronouner, and we get a unisex name, but I think the deal is this: the
attitude immediately.
It gets really bad. Watch. Ainsley, a hero here.
Yes.
If this was an asshole, they would be going by page. But by the way, Minneapolis, the 3rd largest gay population by population in America, and the highest by capita.
And mostly pirates at this point.
Yeah, sure.
I'm the captain now.
Well, it's not just Minnesota. It's St. Paul. It's Minneapolis. St. Paul is like the third largest gay city in America, behind San Francisco and New York, which have huge populations. In Minnesota, in Minneapolis, St. Paul, it's just like there's a whole lot of gay people per 100. Like it's a higher per capita percentage, and they end up like coming close to the total amount of a city 10 times their size.
You know, this is the reason why when you move into dorms, they do those dorm cards to see who you'd be, fit well with.
Yeah, this was done spitefully, and because school's not fully open yet, there shouldn't have been a logjam. But pagan is the world's biggest minority in the world, a red-haired, blue-eyed person.
Just legitimately asking a real question.
Well, we know Ainsley, and it's the most innocent way to ask this. She's like, I'm a little confused.
But of course, the attitude immediately comes.
I think the idea was there was always seething anger at the idea that there would be a roommate. If someone just like them had walked in, there would have been a problem too. What do you think, Jerem?
I don't know if she is paired up with another cheerleader. Would have gone.
No, not Ainsley. Pagan.
Oh yeah, Pagan is
If someone exactly like them who believed everything they believed exactly the way they believed it walked in, Pagan would still have a problem with them.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they all are. They're all agoraphobes.
This is hilarious. I don't know why that treat champ is going inside.
You about made that. You about made Hagen puke. So
by the way, I want to point something out. These are the same rules the Taliban have. You could go either way. There were people who did have pets like that when I was in college, but your roommate had to be cool that you had to go to like a pet's dorm. There was a dorm for people with pets, and there were a lot of cats.
Oh my god!
Yeah, fucking asshole.
That's how. Well, unfortunately, that's how most of them are.
You know what? Yep. They're playing it by the numbers. This person's a stereotype. They're acting stereotypically. For a long time, Ainsley was acting like another unflattering stereotype. We're exploring different kinds of weird people. Both these people are young.
This is not a stereotype. I can attest from firsthand knowledge. They're all like that.
I just don't understand.
There are some people who are the stereotype.
I just could never understand the rampant just jackassery, but you can't let the other person be who they are also. So it just makes no sense.
I love the baby oil well. This is so cute. Is it from the 40s? What era is this from?
Hey, let's see, billions of those around here.
It's like a little baby oil well. They have not replaced Teague. That's the most convincing thing you could say. Who does number 2 work for? The actual conversation would be my dad and Dale talked about this, right?
Well, even then, who's the one that's been placed in charge? Who's the one that's going to get in trouble?
It's Cooper.
I wouldn't be arguing like, okay, you're the one that's going to get their head chopped off.
Yeah,
I don't
besides,
know why.
boss, you ain't the one
bosses-
who's going to have to pay for it.
Right?
I know. It's like, boss, you're gonna get paid whether that well pays off or not, bro.
Exactly. Why
Like, what
are
is
you
wrong
arguing with him?
Holmes?
He's the one that's going to be in trouble.
Although, in light of what happens at the end of this episode, I don't know why we had this encounter.
Well, it's just one of many problems Cooper is going to have by the end of it.
I'm also confused about the they them at Texas Christian.
Well, here we go. Watch what happens.
I'm just why would you want to go to a kind of more of a religious school?
Because you can date the football players.
No, the they them.
And they're pretty easy to guilt.
I'm gonna guess it was probably a good school, and that they them is an asshole who's smart.
With having nothing but religious people around you, that's like sending them to BYU.
How do we know they're not like a weirdo religion of their own? You know what I mean? Like maybe they're really dedicated to some like, unaffiliated, like would-be Protestant type cult or something. For all we know, she's a branch
Mostly
Davidian.
Baptist.
Look, the whole TCU arc seems reconstructed, and this woman has the same clothes she was wearing last time.
Oh, yeah, she did this all in one day.
I think this was. I think this scene was it was filmed later to fix the Ainsley story that is absent. We don't get anything on the truck crash that we set up extensively and painstakingly either in this episode. She's not an asshole this time. Last time she was talking crazy. This time she's like grounded to a degree. See, this all should have flipped right back in Ainsley's favor, and this is camp, not school. So how much of this school is full? Mover.
Actually, she is there to referee issues between her
You're
and her
a
roommate.
goddamn social worker. You have a social worker degree, and you're a school counselor with a psychology background. Shut the fuck up. It is your job. I don't think Greta thought through the room assignment at all.
I think she did it on
Did it out of
purpose.
spite. Yeah, she might have done it out of spite. Although her reaction from here on in says she didn't.
Wait for her to come through. She's gonna throw a BF. Here comes the BF.
Bullshit, she is an adult. She is a rich girl. They never become adults.
In this situation, I'm on Ainsley's side. That woman had the same. By the way, despite the choice of pronouns, everybody else, including the counselor, calls the person her. So we're in safe territory when we talk about it, just calling them her.
God, Ainsley is just so vapid.
In this one, this is the most true and normal to herself I've ever seen. Like, she's not being too vindictive, and she's trying to be nice, and it's just this person's not allowing her
Invading
to.
my safe space.
Yeah, they
Calm
are
down, dude.
speaking in woke buzzwords. I agree.
Calm down, dude. Oh God.
This is the one appropriate time of Angela's entire running the show. This is the most appropriate thing she's ever done.
Oh man. Don't make me bring Jerry Jones in here. Oh.
You would not be talking to this woman because she's paying $300,000 a year for this fucking school.
You gotta give her credit. She is a good mother in her way.
She does have protective instinct. Because you know what? The one thing I will say, this was going to turn into like a police kind of issue with this asshole. So she's reacting appropriately in light of the way things look from X and the news. What can I tell you?
Hey, she's quick.
Does Taylor Sheridan resent the honorary degree from TCU? Is he kicking it up their ass?
Hey, he included TCU. That means he likes them.
I think he got that honorary degree and his buddies from Texas Tech started giving him shit. She's douche phobic. Guys, it's the first situation we've had Ainsley in where she's been in the right and been okay. I don't follow that line. How you feeling? Any better and I'd still be me? What does she mean? She's gone like full on like Mama Grizzly?
No, she's just as good as freaking possible. Which honestly is the best thing she could have done.
She done realized that Texas Rich is different.
Is she bitching to the ferret?
Yep.
I think she's talking to Ainsley. I think she's talking instructionally to Ainsley.
You know, she could have been nice, and I'm.
This is the most clever attack she's ever launched. She's not being outright aggressively mean. She's being passive aggressive and clever. And this is Cope. The meanest, best way to leave it without saying anything cruel. Like, that's just true. It's like a great mic drop.
Yeah. She managed to finish what I was about to say.
I love that.
It is the ferret. Those things stink.
They're part of the mink family. It's got a musk gland. Yeah, they have a musk gland.
Oh my god! I think she got that a little wrong. Is it poor people or mean people always smell like cabbage?
I think it's mean people.
Yeah.
What did Tommy call the plane ride? 10 grand for an hour's piece.
Yeah, that's not surprised. Company I work for, we had our own private plane that I used to take here and there to different job sites to work on equipment, and it cost quite a bit of money.
And he's right too. Like your phone's not going to go off.
Yeah,
I just want to know why he's getting off the plane from Midland to Fort Worth.
because you can.
Or are they going to Fort Worth to Amarillo?
They're in Louisiana.
Now they're at the okay.
I think the one time I took the company plane here, I went to Tulsa, Little Rock, St. Louis. It was back before 4:00 in the afternoon.
That is so cool. We're getting a company plane. By the way, here's just an idea. Put this out there. After what looks like about a month and a half off, 2 months off, there is a March 1st show called Yellowstone Marshals.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about.
It looks okay. I don't think it's Taylor Sheridan at all, though. Just not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
Still
it is or not.
advertising it as Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's part of the Yellowstone brand, and he's the most golden part of that, but he's not the only creator. And the reason Yellowstone ended was not ratings, but squabbling over the
he won't
profits. Squabbling over the profits and whose characters got to do what. They were arguing over, like, say, who would be the villain and shit. And Kevin Costner. So all storylines will continue in 3 different fucking shows: 66, 66, Marshals, and the Madison.
Whoa.
Great abs.
Yeah, she must work out.
That's how she got this job.
Who cares if you're awake or not? At this point, who cares if you're dead or not?
Boy, she really
if this
does
is
work
dead,
out.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. If this is the great beyond. It's only hot if you leave this house. That line could have been a relic from another storyline. It's just so good.
Still fits.
It's so good, yeah.
Where else are you going to get a stripper waking you up in a bikini and have
So
4
is
or
that where
5
they're
different
drilling?
wackos living with you?
Wherever Tommy goes, but yeah.
I thought they were drilling further off the coast. I didn't think they were going to be doing it like in the
It's
river.
not that
Oh, they
far off
are.
the coast, but but this is just hauling the rig out to the Gulf. From what I understand, and Radioactive's the real expert on this, not only is it called oil when it comes out of the ground, but these oil wells, these marine oil wells, as they're called, are built at facilities and then taken out to sea and sank. Did you guys know that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All those big old platforms you see are actually dragged out there and then tied down to
I
the
thought
bottom
they're
of the
natural
ocean.
formations. We play a couple of songs in this episode.
They must not have a very big cheerleading squad.
It's a cheerleading squad of like 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Their budget got cut. These are just the
can't
ones
visit
that
for
were
the-
camp.
My university,
Yeah.
they had the A, B, C, and D squads. They all split
This is
between
probably just
who
the
did,
A
who
squad.
did
Like
football
breast size,
and
or
yeah, they did between football, basketball, and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is just Ainsley little group of them. That's
and the ones who went to camp.
top. Yeah, the camp's only for the A squad.
Right. It's a slice of the slice.
They're really short, tiny girls.
To be fair, there probably is another camp for like the D squad to bring them up to like B squad level and just keep them as the D squad anyway.
Well, it was always the ones that I saw that were at the basketball games were always the short, tinier girls versus the ones at the football games.
They never show her from behind. I think Michelle Randolph might just have a real bony ass. You see how quick they got something between the camera and her? They never want to show her from behind.
Well, she is kind of bony.
She's really thin. In the pictures of her next to Glenn Powell, she's even thinner than I thought.
At this point, I thought something was going to happen to the rig.
Yeah.
Going through this entire part, I thought she set up something to go horribly wrong and fulfill the insurance claim and then double dip on another insurance claim.
My feeling here was that nothing was going to happen and then we were going to get out of this episode with no events. Honestly, this is what the episode
waiting for Somalis to come through and go, I'm the captain now.
No, not the population of that down in Louisiana.
Bumbleclot.
A blood clot on your man. You look like a big bottle of Pepto-Bismol in that dress, baby. This is a pretty weird conversation.
So is something going to explode?
That would make more sense.
Or is it another bridge incident? Or we're going to get another big rig come through and plow into it?
Hell's based.
Ooh, I do. Alligator.
One of the other things in this episode is there's no trace of the HR problem from last week.
Oh boy.
Smart man.
Not in this conversation.
Oh, she already came to this conclusion.
I modestly disagree. If you want to say
Nope.
she was going to see if she was poking it one more time to see what he said, maybe.
I guess the same people that are walking around like zombies in the streets in Los Angeles doing injecting themselves with specific things would say that allows them to live too.
So that's it. Tommy just got canned. And he's like, shit, I burn $10,000 a week.
And she's going to
He
burn the
made a
company to the
very
ground.
strong, she will, but he made a very strong case he can't have that job. That's like a mechanic who's like, every time I go near a car, I'm afraid that something I do will hurt somebody, so I don't like to really do it. I'm very afraid the whole time.
Here's the thing I noticed from people that are in charge. If one person's completely out of their mind trying to push for one thing, you need to have someone on the opposite side trying to rein them in. Without that, she's going to burn that company to the ground.
Oh, I agree. Tommy handled everything that she did differently well. He never reacted in anger and didn't say, like, it has to be my way. He adjusted to what she wanted every time. He was emphatic that she not get into business with a drug dealer, but, you know, he saw him kill somebody.
Probably not a smart idea to fire a guy who knows you committed several felonies.
Yep. Knows where those bodies are buried.
Yeah, I don't know how much of this show is going to take place on campus, buddy. You would still be 60.
Gross.
That is not a great camera angle.
Nope.
They're trying to be interesting. It's only okay. It's not terrible. See, this is who I'd be
Having seen
dating
not a
if I
lot of
was
the world,
Cooper.
it's not that interesting.
Put a down payment on a car. It's like nothing, you idiot.
Meanwhile, his ex-wife, soon-to-be wife, whatever, Allie's probably just spent all of his money in the last few minutes.
I don't know if she's still his wife anymore. And he's wondering that too because he has no money.
Uh-huh.
He related to Fiddy?
What do we have? One more episode of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to deliver. this season has no identity of its own. It's a bridge of 1 to 3.
Yeah, this season's all over the place.
I'm sticking with my theory that around episode 3, the massive corrections were put in place because we got those chopped up episodes, and then a different disposition on the female characters since episode 3.
This part, I think this was originally planned to be the season finale. This scene.
There's something to what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
the
can't say
Tommy
that didn't
firing
go through my
part.
mind.
Tommy being fired was set for the end of this episode, and then this was the end of next week's episode.
Yeah, and next week's episode is a stitched together mess of new stuff and other stuff that was left behind. You know, just because you're speaking the truth doesn't give you the right to shout that out. Whoa! By the way, I liked this fight. Whoa! Every time I've watched this, I've had a visceral reaction. This is good television. I don't know if it's like some people might say it shouldn't have gone there. I don't know.
It is where he made a mistake. You don't flip him over. Once you got him by the neck, you just twist.
Duty to retreat, anybody?
That's Texas. Duty to retreat doesn't exist.
Texas was the Wild Wild West.
In Texas, if he had backed off any sooner, he would have had to pay a stiff fine for being unmanly in public. I think 30 straight arms from Cooper in a row probably fucking changed this guy's life, though. If he still had teeth, they're gone. He's got a broken orbital bone. Yeah, go Ariana.
Well, at least it was recorded.
She went from Latino to Hispanic when she started kicking his ass. All right, and right on time.
Yeah, that should have been the season finale.
It had season finale energy. I know that my show on the other channel is set up for like 2 minutes from now. So, guys, let me drop the link into the chat so you can go over to the review show and catch Landman live with your beloved Paramount panel for the second to last time this year. Wow. And maybe, or maybe till March. Here you go, guys. There's your link. And we'll be there in a couple of minutes. Bye, everybody.